Late night snacks. A Shoto Todoroki ex-listener. You were tired. You know what? I think tired doesn't describe how exhausted you were. Of course, the moment you got out of school, which was training and reading and math and science and all those subjects you should learn in high school, it was even more work on top of that. So when you got to your dorm, you had to study for the test. Actually, study for tests, plural. You had to study for some tests, do homework, and do all of your studently duties, as Ida would say. But you were tired, and it was 11:30, and you haven't eaten. So you decided to go grab your snacks that you had left in the cupboard in the kitchen. As you got up, went to the kitchen, and you looked through the cupboards, your snacks were gone. Ugh, Kaminari, Zero, you thought to yourself, as knowing one of them probably took your snacks. Damn vultures. You decided that you would probably just settle on, maybe some fruit? As you looked over, there was actually an apple. Thank God. You weren't really much for fruits, but there was nothing else in the kitchen, so might as well just eat a little light apple. As you sat down on the couch, flipping through your phone and eating an apple, you heard someone coming through the door. You didn't know what to do, so you turned off your phone and, weirdly enough, sat in the dark. But of course the kitchen light was still shining through, so you could kind of see things. You heard footsteps going to the kitchen and walking out. You didn't know where these footsteps were going, but before you knew it, someone hopped over the couch and sat next to you. You jumped, and so did they. Quickly adjusting your eyes to the dark, you noticed that it was Shoto? Oh, what are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing, you replied. Well, I couldn't sleep, and I got hungry, so I decided I would get something to eat. Well, I just got studying, and I couldn't sleep either. Because, you can't go to bed on an empty stomach. You shot back. That's interesting. I'm sorry for making this awkward, he said and quickly got up and left. You wondered that was a little weird, and wonder why was he acting so strange? Did he usually act like this? You shrugged it off and went back to your dorm room, picking up another fruit while you're at it, because, studying is hard. As you got back to your dorm, you lay down on your bed, decided to calling it a night because, boy, had you put a lot of effort into your homework. You woke up bright and early for the next day. You walked down into the classroom and you saw that a lot of your classmates was already sitting in their seats. You sat right next to Shoto, but he wasn't in the seat, weirdly enough. You and him usually talked on a daily basis. You weren't in the Bakugo squad, you weren't in the Deku squad, you were just friends with most of them inside their squads. But needless to say, you and Bakugo did not get along. But it was weird because everyone else in the Bakugo squad liked you. Besides the point, irrelevant. You looked around looking for Shoto, and you realized he was in a corner with everyone else. So you decided that you would go up and talk to them. But the moment you got up there, everyone stopped talking, and it got really awkward. So you decided to take that as a social cue to leave. You were really bummed out because for some reason everyone kind of stopped when you showed up. Did they not like you? Did you do something wrong? Did you say something that you shouldn't have? Why were they ignoring you? As you started to slightly panic, you felt a tap on your shoulder. It was Mina. She smiled at you brightly and said, "Hey, you didn't hear this from me, but Shoto totally has a crush on you." You blankly stared at her for a minute. "What?" you inquired. "Yeah, he's told like almost to everyone, and he really super duper likes you. He just doesn't know how to say it. He's been asking everyone for advice." You were so astonished that one of the coolest guys in class had a crush on you. And of course you liked him back because it was Shoto Todoroki. But you didn't like him because he was Endeavor's son or because of his powerful quirk. You liked him because he was truly kind and caring. But what Mina said next snapped you out of it. "So, do you like him back?" You smiled brightly and said, "Of course I like him back. What idiot in their right mind wouldn't like him back?" You decided to quickly write something down on your notepad. Knowing that Shoto left his stuff at his desk, you slipped a piece of paper into his bag. As the day had ended, you walked out, going to your favorite spot behind the school. It was this beautiful little cherry blossom tree, but it was big enough to have shade, but small enough that it could only hold you and another person. When you got there, Shoto was already waiting there. "I, got your note that you left me." Um, "Hi, Shoto. I just needed to say something to you." Shoto frowned, nervously fidgeting. "I, go ahead." He held something back for a moment. I like you, Shoto." He looked at you in bewilderment, like a deer in headlights look. It was so cute. I liked you, and I've always have, and if you don't, then I understand. And I know that, I'm not the strongest girl, or I'm not the prettiest one, but I promise that I will try my best. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that I'll try, and I'm so sorry. And as you kept rambling on, he stopped you. "It's okay. I like you for who you are, and I know that I'm not the handsomest guy or, the most bold, but I really hope that I can be a good boyfriend to you." Woo! It's like 11:30 on the dot at night, and this is like my first recording that I've ever done. And I am so nervous about whether or not this will do good. I'm not worried about like whether it'll do good or not. I'm just worried that people will accept my voice. I know it's not the prettiest thing or the nicest thing, and I do stutter a little bit, but I promise I'll try. I can do some weird voices and I can do some voices, but I will promise I'll try and I'll do my best. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Comment, like, and yeah, have a good day.